Hi everyone, welcome back to Lesotho Nights YouTube chess channel. It's Naled McPherson again. So right here on this video, we are going to look at what we call Budapest Gambit declined. Like I promised on the previous video that we'll be discussing one of the gambits, and now we'll be focusing on when a gambit is being declined. So we're going to have this kind of moves on the board. We have d4, white playing d4, and then black responding with knight f6, then c4, and then we have e5. Yeah, so remember I told you a gambit is when one of the players sacrifices a piece for space advantage. So black here sacrifices this e5 move to gain space advantage. On this video, we'll be looking at what happens when the gambit is being declined, and then on the next video, yeah, we'll be looking at what happens if the gambit is accepted. For now, let's just focus on it being declined. For a continued move after this e5 move, when white declines this gambit, can simply be playing bishop g5. That's one of the moves that white can play. And this bishop g5 right here is white pinning this knight over here. This knight cannot move. Let's say that black tries to gain this e4 square control, but then this move, this bishop g5, threatens to make that gaining of the square very weak. So right now black cannot even gain this square because of this pin. That's one of the moves that white can play. Remember the main aim, the aim of the game also is to also fight for the center. So right now white is just defending the center and not wanting to give black a chance to have the center control, because black is trying to put on a gambit while fighting for a space advantage. Apart from this move, from this bishop g5, white can play this move, this e3 move. This is another continuation that white can play. Instead of the bishop, white can play e3. Why e3? Well, let's just say white right here is saying that, you know what, I'm just okay with my pawn structure, so rather let me just protect my d4 pawn and have a position where I can control. I'm not ready to get into a fight. Let me just protect my d4 pawn and keep my center control. Yeah. And let's just say white doesn't want to play this e3 move but wants to play another move. We're just continuing on the possible moves that white can play. White can simply play the knight f3. This one too is one of the moves that can be played. This one is simply saying that I am protecting my d4 pawn, and what am I doing again? I am developing a piece right here, because now we see a knight being moved here and it's developed. So white can also, white is also developing pieces while protecting that piece and also protecting the center that what he wants to control. So white is playing to do too many things at one. Or other players, if not for this move, can decide to play this one. This one is quite exciting. Yeah, it's a very aggressive move for white, and yeah, you need to have like a very aggressive player to be playing this kind of a move. So this move right here, the d5 move being played, is just, yeah, already attacking them, getting into the enemy's territory just like that. So what is black going to do about it? How is it black going to respond? We'll just have to wait and learn more about all that in maybe next coming videos. Yeah, but playing a person who plays this aggressive move is quite interesting because it gives a play it makes the game more exciting because you are fighting someone who's really really aggressive and wants to win, and also now they're putting pressure on you to also be aggressive and also want to win. So whatever white chooses to play, if the gambit is declined, will depend on what structure they would like for their piece in the middle game. That's why we have like different moves that can be played after this e5 move when declining that free pawn. So on our next video, we'll look at the Budapest Gambit accepted. We'll just look at how it affects the game when my opponent decides to accept the free piece, decides to accept that Gambit. For now, let's just end here, and yeah, thank you everyone again for tuning in, and I hope you are finding this Gambit thing very interesting because, like I said, Gambit is for risk takers. So how far are you willing to learn about this Gambit? Let's meet on the next video where I'll be talking about it being accepted and what advantages are being gained there and all of that. Thank you, everyone.